So, a video's gonna take longer than I wanted to. I am sorry. Rapid fire. Woo! I've been meaning to bring this back. Say you miss it. I know you do. There are a few movies that release each year that are considered masterpieces. Across Spider-Verse, I would say, is a masterpiece. Dune, I would say, is a masterpiece. Everywhere All at Once, I would say, is a masterpiece. These are really the only three movies I've seen personally this decade that I really, really enjoyed to the point where I would give them a 10 without thinking about. And Transformers 1, because I am biased. But I feel like all these movies pale in comparison to what I think is probably the best movie I've seen this decade so far. And let me tell you, it's going to be pretty hard to top. I'm sure you've heard all the praises from Sinners already. I am sure you are probably tired of hearing about Sinners at this point. But if you're tired about hearing it, you probably haven't seen it. And if you're watching my video, then you definitely haven't seen it. What are you doing? You should have already watched it. Go watch it. Sinners is a fantastic film. It is a masterpiece. There is probably issues with the film that, admittedly, my bias is probably misseeing. I am not going to present you those issues because, genuinely, I did not think about those issues while watching this film. Hell, thinking about it now, I don't even know what flaw is in the film. Sinners is a masterpiece. Everything about this movie is perfect. Let me start with the cinematography because, oh my god. I always felt like Ryan Coogler had pretty good cinematography. Just watch Fruitvale Station and, the shots in that film were, really beautiful. And they're usually just Michael B. Jordan sitting in a dirty street. And then you move on to something like Wakanda Forever, where you have so many, gorgeous shots. This man knows how to do cinematography. And I feel like Sinners is some of his best work off cinematography alone. Every shot feels like it has so much life to it. I also just really love this movie's characters. This movie is a very, very slow movie. It is going to take a long while to get to the big parts on why you're seeing this film. But I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. It has a slower pace because it's trying to show you why you should care about these characters. There are so many horror films or thriller films that present you a character that you don't necessarily care about, but you know is important, so you should care about. But this movie, it makes you feel for every character. When a character dies in this film, you are going to feel it. You are going to feel that oh man, no. There are characters that got introduced in this film that from the first 10 seconds of them being introduced, I already loved. That first hour is just nothing but build up to what is, in my opinion, a fantastic second half. The second half of the movie is genuinely such a thrilling ride. It's genuinely to the point where the first half and second half feel like two different movies, but it's integrated in probably the best way that kind of style can be integrated. And the performances in this movie, oh my god. Miles Keaton's first role is this movie. Think about that. Miles Keaton's first role in anything is this movie. And he's the best actor in this movie. It's like Sammy was made for him. It's like he was handcrafted for Sammy. It is genuinely so impressive how good he is. And that's no slack to anyone else in this film. They all did great. It's just Miles Keaton. I am particularly impressed with his role. And oh my god, Michael B. Jordan, my beloved man. It genuinely felt like there was two people in the room at the same time, but no, that was just Michael B. Jordan. It is genuinely impressive how he played two drastically different characters at the same time, sometimes in the same room, and you can never tell they're twins. That is the craziest part. Everyone else did so well in this film, but these two were standouts in my opinion. And oh my god, dude. Going back to like the cinematography, there is like one scene that is just like, if you've seen the film, you know. But there's one scene that is just like jaw-dropping, man. Just genuinely jaw-dropping. It is one of the coolest scenes I have seen in any movie, and genuinely, it was so cool. And that scene was enhanced by this film's incredible soundtrack. Oh my god, this film's soundtrack was so good. The way it incorporates blues music into its soundtrack is just, what the fuck, dude? Like, every single scene from the beginning of the film where some sort of like blues music was playing, I was like stomping my feet, bopping my head, like really like enjoying myself. Even those background tracks were just really nice to hear and really pleasant on the ears. And then once it gets to those more haunting and like harder hitting tracks, it still tried to incorporate the blues music, just more in like a more devilish way. And I feel like this movie has so many themes to it that, to be honest, I don't even fully understand. How they explore the themes of religion and atheism with the two twins. How they explore white privilege, showing that it's not something that only affects minorities, but also lower class white people. How they explore these themes with such nuance, it feels so fresh. There are so many films out there that have the very basic race allegories that I feel like are a bit too hand-fisty, but I feel like with this film, it's not only a bit more subtle, like it's way more tightly integrated to the plot, but also it doesn't feel like it's shy of saying it. It feels proud of saying what it's trying to say. And I don't want to spoil anything. At all. I genuinely think this movie is best experienced blind. I think this is one of the movies that you have to go to theaters for. And I genuinely mean that. Yes, you can enjoy it and see the hype from your home theater. But to me, it's just not going to be the same experience as seeing it in theaters. This is the type of movie that you go to theaters for. And I'm not just saying that, you know? This is the type of movie that is blueprints for other movies. The movie that makes you love other movies. I know I've kind of been like scramble brained with this review, and that's mainly because I'm just so giddy about this film. I've been thinking about it ever since I watched it, and I genuinely want to go watch it again. It is genuinely, and I do not say this with no exaggeration, the best movie of the 2020s. And it's going to be very hard to top. This is a movie that I feel like is completely worth your time. And I genuinely mean it when I say this. Go buy a ticket and go watch Sinners. Whether it's by yourself or with someone, I promise you, you will not regret it. I don't like overhyping films because I genuinely feel like I can kind of like over-exaggerate it a bit. But with Sinners, it's not like that. To me, Sinners is just that good of a movie. Subscribe or else I'm taking your Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order. I need one.